Wizardry Renaissance.
Hello, this is Dr. J back with some more Let's Play Wizardry Labyrinth of Lost Souls. Last episode, we finished 100%ing Sheen B7 and got some absolutely amazing equipment in the process of doing so. In this episode, we're going to delve into Sheen B8 and see how we fare against the monsters within. Which means it's time to prepare our dungeon crawling music. Let's get our buffs going. We'll need this. Cecily's close to a level, so let's use her spell slots for warping. Look at all this we've explored. What a bunch of legendary adventurers we are. Oh yeah, and there was a trapdoor that dropped us down somewhere on B8. Apparently we were really close to the stairs where we got dropped down. In fact, isn't this the same spot that the trapdoor dropped us down to? Well, that's fascinating. I would have expected that to be different locations. How mysterious. Strangely quiet so far. Very suspiciously quiet. Where is everybody? I got teleported again. I thought so. The geometry seemed to change on me. And again, wow, it's a teleport maze. We're in for it now, guys. Now where the heck am I? Oh, that was just crossing the map. A vampire. I don't think we've encountered a vampire before. I also don't think a lone vampire is going to stand much chance against our party. Nope, the Radar one-shotted him. Hero staff? Wow, that's a really good staff. So if we really wanted to put Cecily on the front line, she could actually be somewhat... Accuracy -7. Okay, never mind. She'd have trouble hitting the broadside of a barn with that thing. SP+. Piety bonus. Defense 1. She couldn't even attack with it. Not that she really attacks much anyway, so... If it gives her piety, it's probably an improvement. Depending on how much it's worth, it might be better to just sell it, though. Because Cecily on the front line, it might be good for comedy value, but not much else. Don't know if our formation ever gets messed up so that she's on the front. Now she can bonk things, or try. Of course, that usually means we're in dire straits. Oh, we feel no malice from these creatures. A gold dragon. You're new. Enemy cordially greets the party. Okay. Later, dudes. I'm just picturing all these basilisks and that gold dragon tipping their hats. Oh yes, hello adventurers. Good day to you. Beautiful day down here in the labyrinth, or night, it's hard to tell. What with the lack of sky and everything. Have you seen Sheen's ghost lately? And a fire dragon. Have we encountered a fire dragon before? I don't remember. I don't think so. That seems like the scariest thing, so let's try to kill it. Can Radar one-shot it? Radar can probably one-shot it. Maybe everybody else should focus on the living armor. Wow, 54 damage. That was pretty good for Cecily. Oh, Radar didn't one-shot it. Color me surprised. Maybe I should have focused it down. Oh, so much for that. Izumi assassinated it. That slice in half animation never stops being satisfying. .27 hit points, pretty good level. Strength, 8 hit points. 8 hit points is not great. More Thief Plate, dang, that stuff sells for a lot. 2 level ups, even if one of them didn't get much hit points, and Thief Plate is probably worth a save. Oh, the enemy is watching us cautiously. They're faking me out, getting me to play the battle music. They ran away. Okay, now what? Wow, it actually survived that hit from Radar. Strong fella. Not strong enough, though. Not strong enough to not get sliced in half by Izumi. Are we ever going to find an interesting shield? No. Just another moon buckler. Teleporter? No. How mysterious. Oh, now we actually get to fight them. Bring it! A lot of dragons on this level. Okay, it's dead. I feel like everything I've tried on these guys has been ineffective. Let's try Golem's Rage. Nope, they're just real magic resistant, I guess. Or just incredibly tanky in general, finally. Finished them off. Finally. Good grief, they have hit points. There, go down. Good grief. There's zero reason to be that tanky. Look at that, the Iron Golem wasn't that tanky. You were just a living armor. More Master Plate? I don't think that anyone else can equip it. No, that's not true. Radar could, but is it better than the Holy... No, it is definitely not better than the Holy Armor. 28 415? No. Well, we'll sell it then. Should be worth a fortune. Oh, Dark Zone. And shock walls. Does that mean we're going to get spinnered? No, it just means that if you don't have the ability to bring up a map, you're in for a world of hurt going through that little hallway. I don't trust that it's just going to be the same pattern again. Nope, it's not. Oh, there's a control switch. Going remarkably smoothly so far here on the 8th floor. Sure, I just jinxed it. Okay, lone vampire, not scary. Nope. One-shotted. Counter rate. We got ambushed. Alright, that wasn't so awful. Assassinated. Is the triple question mark going to be a hat? 40 hit points, wow. No, an Alias's helm. Nice, any of our frontliners can use it too. We all have pretty decent headgear. 6 minus 1, 1. 5 minus 2, 4. Now their stats are comparable overall. No bonuses of any kind from this. The Iron Helm. This gives Strength, Vite, and Special Defense Plus. Well, it's definitively better when you factor all that in. And we now have an Iron Helm to trade with. And they're bad trades, but if you don't want the Iron Helm anyway, then who cares if they're bad trades? You clear a trade off and might get a better one. 7, 1, 1. Yeah, definitely better. The hat plus 6 than the Iron Helm plus 2. Alright, that was a good find. So triple question mark is consistently headgear, which is odd, because the other types of equipment actually give a hint as to what they are. And I guess once you realize the triple question mark is headgear, that is a hint, but it's just odd. Oh, you're new. Hatamoto. Some kind of oriental badass, I'll bet. He drops good equipment at a rare rate, no doubt. Ooh, final strike. The wall blocked it, and down he goes. Probably if you fight enough of those guys, I bet you can get a good drop off of them. They look like the type that would have something. There's no spears in this game. Oddly enough. At least not that I'm aware of. So even though he's wielding a spear, if he does have a good drop, that's not what it would be. A little odd when you think about it, that there's no spears, but everything is either a bladed weapon like a sword or dagger, or blunt weapons like mauls and maces, and then ranged weapons, and of course staves. No spears, no axes that I'm aware of. Little strange, perhaps. This is real lazy because it's not that far, but I just feel like expediting our exploration a bit. Couple of level 23 basilisks. Their level's pretty high, but still, there's only 2 of them. I think we've got this. Indeed we do. That Odin sword, man, that's carrying the party right now. That's like most of our attack power. I found the elevator. I guess you can see that the doors are animated even as you go through them. I think earlier I said that you couldn't really tell, but I'm wrong. You can. You can tell. Oh, I just wasted it. We didn't need to use it at all. And we already know that you use up the mana point. Unfortunate. Unfortunate. Come on, Lone Iron Golem. Am I a joke to you? Weaklings need to get out of my face. Oh, those archdemons need to go. Good. Everyone focus on that archdemon. Okay, good. 291, not bad. Not anywhere near as good as Radar, but not bad. Feel no malice. Later, Gold Dragon. I don't know if this is intentional or not, but in D&D, metallic dragons, copper, bronze, silver, gold, I forget what the other common metallic is, are generally going to be more neutral or good aligned versus chromatic dragons, white, black, green, red, blue, which are more often evil aligned. I don't know if they took that into account when they made the gold dragons on this floor friendly and likely to leave you alone, or if it's just a coincidence. Hard to say. And sliced in half. Those ninja skills. So since we haven't class changed Izumi, if we do reach a point where we have to class change her, one potential option is class changing her into a thief and then back into a ninja. But since she's currently not evil aligned, in order to do that, we'd either need a ninja book or we'd have to change our party alignments until she was evil again. Which would be annoying. So I don't know how big a fan I am of that plan. If we find a ninja book, it'll become completely viable. Also, I'm not sure she even meets the requirements for her own class right now, due to stat loss. So there's that problem too. Doing boosted ice burst. Okay, that was underwhelming. If we're lucky, we'll be able to just keep her as a ninja. It'll basically come down to if it reaches a point where her hit points are a huge problem. But realistically, even if you class change, I think what you essentially do, in essence, is you're likely to, once you get back to your previous level, have increased your hit points by about 50%. And the way I arrive at that number is when you class change, your hit points are cut in half. So if you assume that you gain about the same number of hit points as you did before, then your hit points getting cut in half is 50%, and then you gain them back is 100%. And so once you reach your previous level, 50 plus 100 is 150, you increased your hit points by 50%. I think that's pretty valid. It won't be exactly that because of the randomness, but it will be close to that, I think. So it's not like you double your hit points by class changing, but still, a 50% increase is obviously quite substantial. I think there's a limit to how many times you can change class, too. I think twice. I don't know that for sure, but I think that may be true. Oh, 2 vampires. There's almost certainly a limit. It would be really abusable if there wasn't a limit at all. And if that's true, because we class changed Radar so early, because we started him as a fighter and then we wanted to make him a lord right away, he only has 1 class change left in him, if I'm right that you can only class change twice. So, in order to milk as much as we can out of his 1 remaining class change, if we do ever class change him, we might want to wait as long as we can possibly get away with before we do it. Just to get as many of those hit points as possible out of the change. Right now we get, assuming that my logic and math are right, about 250 hit points out of the change, which isn't nothing, but in the grand scheme of things isn't that much. I'm expecting by the time we finish this game we're going to have characters with over 1,000 hit points, very likely. Maybe substantially over 1,000, depending on how things go. Because we're nowhere near as strong as we're ever going to be. Oh, our map wore off. My cat jumped on my lap and is having a grand old time rubbing her face on the sharp edge of the keyboard tray. She's a big fan. She loves it. Oh, this is a fairly intimidating group, actually. Let's start focusing down the basilisks, I think. And prepare for a Nell burst, maybe. We'll see. Maybe we won't need a Nell burst. But let's do... how about a volcanic field on the... Or no, let's try a cloud of death on those guys. Well, is that a group? Yeah, a group of foes. That sounds good then. Wow, we instant death that entire row. Okay, so that's an instant death attack. Nice. Let's keep that in mind. The text is so flowery, I wasn't entirely sure if it was just dark damage or an actual group instant death. Well, question answered. Oh, fire sword. Too bad that you can only wield it in your main, because if he could have an ice sword in one hand and a fire in the other, first of all, that would be awesome. And secondly, potentially fairly strong. 43 to 85. Okay, so it's actually weaker than the ice sword. I don't know why you can't dual wield these. It seems like it wouldn't be real overpowered if you could wield them in your sub-hand. But yeah, it's just straight up weaker than the ice sword, so we'll just sell it. It's not a great find. Seems like a bummer that you can't dual wield those. That would be pretty awesome. My gosh, Ridge's damage is just lagging so far behind. We need to get a better weapon for him. This is what I mean about how much the gear matters in this game. That was a decent level. Poison gas. What do you think, Cecily? She concurs. Troll chest. But yeah, I mean, like, compare their stats. Ridge's strength is 19. Radar's is 23. Sure, that's a difference. That's a 4-point difference, but Radar's doing up to 1,000 points of damage, or even more, and Ridge is struggling to do triple digits. You wouldn't think strength 19 versus 23 would have that big a difference, and it doesn't. It's entirely because we got an awesome weapon for Radar, and poor Ridge is just stuck with this ice sword. You're really at the mercy of the gear drops that you find. You know, I wonder. Izumi has a katana. What's the katana stats? 26 to 81 times 3, so it's worse than the ice sword too. The ice sword's legitimately just about the best thing we have found for Ridge. And if we had a decent offhand weapon, we could give him that, and together, the ice sword plus a decent offhand weapon would probably give him adequate attack. But the best sub-weapon, offhand weapon that we've got for him is the Bastard Sword, and that's just obsolete at this point. It just doesn't cut it this late in the game. Not that we're late, we're like, what, halfway through-ish? But yeah, basically what I'm getting at is the problem with Ridge isn't that he's a crappy character. It's that we've just gotten unlucky with him compared to the other characters and not found good enough weapons for him. It'll happen. We'll find a good weapon for him eventually. If it doesn't happen organically, I'll just farm for a good weapon eventually. If we can find a shuriken for Izumi, that'll be really great, but like I said, I think that you have to be really deep in the dungeon to find that. Honestly, I don't really feel too bad about looking it up. I can just look it up right now, because I am kind of curious. Blunt and thrown weapons. Shuriken is found... Oh, actually, theoretically... We're on the 8th floor, right? Are we on the 8th or 7th? I've suddenly lost track of that. I think we're on the 8th. We theoretically might be able to find one on this floor. Although I don't think we've even encountered the enemy that drops it, so I don't know. Anyway, why am I checking that in the middle of a battle? Let's have this battle. What am I doing? My cat got tired of me LPing again and left. Alright, nice work, team. Okay. I went through that so fast I didn't see if they dropped an item. No, I didn't think so. Oh, did we get teleported again? We did. Oh, okay. Well, that's not useful. Good grief, teleport mazes, man. Yeah, we're on the 8th floor. If the document I'm checking is right, there is an enemy that drops shurikens on this floor, but we haven't even encountered it yet. And it's probably a low drop rate, I would imagine. But yeah, that would be really great for Izumi. Oh, the enemy is watching us cautiously. Oh, they're attacking. We get the battle music after all. Different battle music. Kill the basilisks. Ooh, that was some damage. Just do a nice burst. This isn't Null Burst worthy, or whatever it's called. Yeah, Null Burst, I think. Wow. Okay, dragon's out of here. I will say when you see something like a gigantic fire dragon, it feels odd to just have that as a common random encounter. That feels like it should be a special boss or something. There's actually quite a lot of enemies like that in this game, that it's the kind of enemy that you normally associate with being a very tough boss creature that you only fight occasionally. Red Dragon is a oh, we got teleported into an anti-magic zone. Red Dragon's a perfect example of that, but by far not the only such creature. We're going to be seeing plenty of them, and the later you get in the game, the more of those you encounter. Okay, we're out of the anti-magic zone. Let's get our map going. Oh, never mind. We're still in it after all, apparently. I forgot to turn my immersive mode on again. There we go. Still in an anti-magic zone. This is a little rough. Is there another secret door, maybe? Teleport. Okay, we've got our map back. Good. Interesting. Oh, we might have been getting teleported a lot. Look at that. A teleport maze in an anti-spell zone. That's brutal. That is rough. I don't feel too comfortable going around without my combat buffs in this place. A single armor, are you serious? Not too intimidating. And it's dead. We got teleported again. These teleport mazes, good lord. Spinner. Well, we hadn't encountered a shock tile for a while, but I suppose that was inevitable, right? Fine. Let's go ahead and use up another magic torch, too. Oh, spinnered again. These guys are new. Life Stealer, level 27. Seems dangerous. That's a lot of damage. One down. Okay. Yikes. Screw it, they're real dangerous. We now burst them. Unfortunately, I can't quite make out what Valrus is saying there. It's too quiet. Okay, we got him. Oh, did they drop a reagent? Terrible level as usual. Oh, Ridge, what are we gonna do with you? No, it is a map of level 10 of Sheen's Dungeon. Okay, we already had one, apparently. Probably worth a decent amount of money, so we could sell it. Oops, that was dumb. Not a teleporter, surprisingly. I have to check the map like crazy when there's teleporters everywhere. 3 Archdemons. Fairly intimidating. Magic Wall sure didn't last. Oh, Cecily's down. And she's... No, Radar has Resurrection, I think. Oh, and Tasquete means help me or save me. Said in a very pathetic voice. Poor Cecily. These guys are nasty. You just earned yourselves a boosted Nell Burst. Well, we never got it off anyway. Oof. Okay, that was rough. Let's confirm that Radar knows... He does not have the thing that can save you from Ash status. He doesn't even know Touch of Life! Radar, you useless sod. So Cecily is actually the only person in the party who knows Resurrection magic. Okay, that's rough. Well, the expedition aborted then, apparently. Okay. Dang it. Okay, off to the temple then. Rather, useless sod you are. Master, I implore, hear my prayer. Resurrection! The treatment was successful. Good. Okay. What's Healing Light again? Grants favor to the gods upon the entire party, divinely restoring blah 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 blah. So in other words, full party heal? Yes. Okay. If I had bothered to check Cecily's vitality in the recent past, we could check whether she lost a point. But I'm still not sure if that's a thing. Well, let's go ahead and sell some stuff. Oh, yeah, we can do the Iron Helm trade now. Because we don't really care about the Iron Helm anymore. We got a better piece of gear. Trade. 2 people want Iron Helms. So the Fairy Gloves could be used also by Cecily. Which makes that seem like the better trade than the Gauntlet. There we go. Okay. I don't know if she already has better gloves or not. She is using a stealth mitt. How interesting. What does the stealth mitt do? 304 versus 209, so a lot more dodge. And this gives Agi and Special Defense Plus. Special Defense Plus is great. This gives Luck and Magic Defense Plus. The Stealth Mitt seems better. I mostly say that because of the Special Defense Plus. Protects you from things like instant death attacks. And that's just so important. So I don't know about the Fairy Gloves. Trade, that's what I wanted. Okay, it hasn't been replaced yet. Someone could end up wanting Fairy Gloves for something, so we might end up putting them in storage. Could also buy a Claymore, because I don't think they cost that much relative to how much money we have these days. Never mind, we can't buy a Claymore. I guess... Huh. I'm sure that I've sold them, haven't I? That's odd. Oh well, whatever. You can have this fire sword. Wow, it's worth a lot considering how underwhelming it is. That's odd. It can inflict confusion, there's that, but still. The damage just isn't there. I'd rather have the money. Extra Master Plate, extra Thief Plate, those are money in the bank. Is that really all the gear I had gotten? Well, there's these Fairy Gloves. It thinks those are way better than the Stealth Mitt, but I don't know that I agree. I don't know why they're worth so much more. I'm probably just going to put those in storage. How much money are we up to now? 1,290,000. Well, whenever we do class change, we're going to be able to level people up pretty effectively. That's 200,000 G we could put into everybody, which should get them well over level 10, I think. I don't remember exactly how much, and of course it varies by class. They don't all have the same XP curve. Alright, well we'll store the Fairy Gloves for now. And... oh, we had an extra map of Sheen Base we could have sold. Maybe we'll put the trial stuff in storage for now. But yeah, let's go ahead and sell that. Extra Sheen Base, it's probably worth a bit. 7,500, it's not nothing. There we go. Alright, now we rest everybody up and call it an episode. When the only character who can res dies, your expedition's kind of cut short. It happens. As a weakness of our party, we're going to have to get somebody else who can res at some point. No, Rock is close to a level. Rock is close, Izumi is semi-close. Alright, well, we've made good progress exploring level 8. Next time, let's see if we can get the rest of it. I'll see you then.